Hey y'all, I'm back. I know I've been MIA for the month of September because I have been working diligently on and off all month on a bunch of Christmas journals. Now, I'm going to go over a few things before I flip through them, and I'm not going to go page by page through every last one. I'm just going to say that there are elements from the same type of books, it's the same type of papers, plus the book pages, plus each one, they all have similar things, and then they all have the same type of elements as far as the extra goodie pack. There's a Joey DeFee pocket, there's journaling cards, there's a Christmas card, there's a vintage Christmas card in each one. There are plastic sleeves that you can attach yourself with a stapler or washi or whatever. There's a fabric pack of about 7 different samples of Christmas fabrics that a couple of pieces are big enough for pockets and other pieces are big enough for small pockets or tabs, little tuck spots, or however you want to use those. There are circle tags that I made. There's handmade tags in there. So there's a big mitten tag, there's a small mitten tag, there's a large circle tag that's been covered with paper and then vintage ledger on the back and stitched around. So they all have, basically the same types of things, only they won't be exactly the same. Like the journaling cards won't be the same from book to book and so forth and so on. Now, I just made extra packs for all the little golden books. I have 6 of them. And I did not add anything extra into the journal. There's pockets and stuff like that you can put things in. But all the extra goodies I left for you to do what you want to do with them if you're interested in purchasing one of these. And I just did it that way for these. So, like I said, I have 6 little golden book journals. These 2 are the ones that I kept the spine from the little golden book, so the size is actually 6.5 by 8. And then the other 4, I had to remove the spine. A couple of them were older, and I didn't extend the spine on those, so they're 6 by 8. These 2 are the only ones that are 6.5 by 8. Like I said, they all have the scrappy ties. They all have the tassels. The tassels all have the same types of elements, and some are like identical on each one. So there's a Jingle Bell. There's a vintage. These buttons came from Paris, and I love this green. I bought these at a shop in Tennessee when I was there last year, and they came on a card. There was like 24 buttons on a card. And they are from the 40s or 50s, I believe, and they were made in Paris. And they're really pretty. I love these buttons. So all of these tassels have some ribbon. They have the button. They have a Jingle Bell. They have a gingerbread man. They have this vintage little button. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little green button, and it's got like a little gold piece in the middle. Almost looks like a little star or something like that in the middle. They all have a vintage light bulb. I picked these up on eBay because I only had a few left from last year. I bought a lot off of eBay. So I think most of the golden books have the vintage. This is vintage seam binding and rickrack. And then this is some new ribbon I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then there's beads. There's some big beads. There are a couple of charms on each one. They're kind of buried in here. You have to kind of dig through them. So there's a Christmas tree and then a snowman in here somewhere. If I can find him. There he is. And there's a snowman. So this can you can use this as the tassel if you want to. It's removable. You can use it for something else, or if you want to take it apart. I don't know that I would go through all that, but you could. So anyway, so you can see they're all very similar with beads and charms and the Jingle Bell. And they might have a different, like I put a green one. I put a green bulb on this one. Some of them are green, some of them are red. I think I don't think I put, I think I put a blue on one of the minis I did, but anyway. So I will also be back after I do a quick flip through of these. I have 4 other Christmas journals that are collage journals. 2 of them are like 7 by 8, and the other 2 are mini, chunky minis. And I didn't measure those yet, but I'll do that in the video. So there'll be another video, so there's 4 more. So there's 10 Christmas journals altogether, 6 little golden books. Okay. Now, Rudolph, there was a page missing in this book, so not all the book pages are here. Like I said, all of them will have a scrappy tie. All the fabrics are similar. I pretty much use the same types of fabrics in each one. I did write down, so this is a 1976 copy. There are 5 signatures in each journal. This has the Rudolph fabric on it. This is the back. This is just the stuff I have stuck in here. And then there's 1 book page missing in this. This one has 78 pages in it. They don't all have the same amount of pages. They're roughly around 70 to 80 pages. I'll put that in the description, but I'm just going to flip through really quick in this one so you can kind of see you know, like I said, there's buttons. There are buttons in every signature in every book. Some of these are vintage, some of them are newer. All similar types of elements. A lot of stitching. All of these I did the stitching. I sewed the book pages in. There's a lot of vintage music in here. There is vintage music in each one that has a big pocket. And then actually this up underneath here, you could use as a tuck as well. So real quick, I'm just gonna flip. This is really cool. This is some really old music, sheet music, like just the, like 2-page, you know, sheet music that Jessica sent me. Jessica Rapp sent me those. Really cool vintage ledger, you know, scrapbook paper. Ideals magazines, graph paper. This came from a really old book I found last year at a thrift store. Here's all the extra goodies tucked in here. I'm gonna move that aside. That was really cool. If anybody's, and it was like color a picture, so somebody had actually colored, draw a Christmas picture, and then somebody had actually colored a snowman in this one. Each one will have a hidden paperclip. So this is your hidden paperclip in this one. And on this side, it has a little envelope that you just tuck this back into the star right there. There's nothing in there, but you can put like little hidden journaling in there. Just little buttons. Pages from Rudolph. More vintage music. Another vintage music. Jessica Rapp sent me a whole bunch of Christmas music. This is from a Babar Christmas book. This is vintage paper, really nice thick linen-y paper. So you guys know the drill, and if there's anything here you don't like, you can certainly, with your journaling or gesso or paint or whatever you like to do in your journals, you can cover it up. This is a vintage Christmas page from, I think, one of those storybooks. And then this was from another book that Chastity sent me the night before Christmas. More buttons. So there's tons of fun stuff in here. I think these book pages are really cool. There's different types of book pages in each book, along with the actual, you know, book that was in there. I will say this has a little tear right here on the back inside cover, so you might want to cover that up with something, but I signed it down here. And then that's Rudolph. So I'm not going to pull all this stuff out. I'm just going to, kind of give you an idea of what's in here. So there's a inventory tag in here. There's a flash card. There's a little white bag. There's the mitten tag that I made. There's the little mitten tag that I made. And they're all a little bit different. They're not all the same. And then some of these are printables from KB and Friends. So there's several printable little things you can use. I fussy cut these out. There's one big image in each one. They're all a little, some of them are the same, some of them are a little bit different. And then here's the circle tag for this one that I made, and it's got a little snowman. Each one of the circle tags has the same kind of tie on it, and then a little snowman, okay? And then you'll get one of my paper clips, okay? One of my beaded paper clips. So there's a lot of time and love and effort went into putting these together, and making the tassels, making the paper clips, making the tags, making the ties, you know, putting the fabric packs together. And then in this particular one, this is your vintage greeting card, okay? And then there's a couple of little pieces of writing paper and, you know, some plastic sleeves in. I think what I did in this one, I am putting some smaller little element packs together. I haven't finished those yet, but if you purchase one of these, you'll get little elements too. So for Jingle Bells and Rudolph, since it's a wider book, I did cut down a slide protector for you to use in there somewhere, but it will come empty like this, but there'll be other things, you know, in the pack that you can use. And then each one of these has, this is upcycling from another type of scrapbook where I cut the sleeves out. So this would be great. You could fold this over and tip it in, and then you would have a spot for 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures or cards or little items, whatever you want to add in there. So each one of these has, you know, a pack like this. For Rudolph, and for the baby's first Christmas, I had a different little scrap that kind of went with those books. So that is one extra little piece of scrap fabric that will come with each one of those. I had a small piece of the Rudolph fabric left for this one, and then a pink snowman kind of thing for the baby's first Christmas. So these are your extra goodies, okay, that come with your journal. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna pull all that out for each one. They will come just kind of tucked in here like this. Because if I did that, this video would be 2 hours long. And it's probably already gonna be a long video as it is. So that is Rudolph. I don't have these, I'm doing the video first. I don't have the listings up yet. The listings will be available, I think, Monday. I'm gonna do Monday, which will be October the 4th. And I think I'm going to do noon Eastern Standard Time just to make sure I have time to get all that done between now and then, because I've got to take photos and, you know, type all the stuff up in the listings. Okay, so that's Rudolph. And then here is Jingle Bells. This one actually I think what happened here is there's more pages in this one. Here's the tie. See the tie. I think I ended up with more pages in this one because when I pulled stuff for this, I think I was originally going to use this one myself, but I'm not. So this one's 1978 and it has 84 pages. And then if you know, multiply that times 2, because I only counted 1. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna real quick. Here's the hidden paper clip. I'm just going to kind of do this right here and show you. Okay, so here's the little extra goodie pack. Here's the extra pack with the paper clip, with the handmade tag, you know, and the handmade mitten tag, and all the fun stuff. And then there's the little mitten Christmas card. Same kind of deal, okay? And then you can see, let me just show you too, that these lay really flat. Okay, charms are removable, so when you move that out of the way, you know, you just got a lot of A lot of room in here. And then this little book, you know, it's Richard Scarry, so it's really, really, the images are really cute. Well, it's one of my favorites. I love them all. I love the way that all of them turned out really well. Here's your pocket in this one. You just get the idea. I like the way they worked out. Okay. And then I signed it, and then this is the back of this one. So you can tell this is one of the older ones because it doesn't have the barcode on the back. Okay, let's see. And then all the pages, all the book pages are in this one. Okay, there's none missing in this particular book. So that's Jingle Bells. And then we have Baby's Christmas and Raggedy Ann and Andy Help Santa Claus. All the pages are in each one of these. All the book pages. Here's your tie. You know, some of these fabrics are older than others. Some of them are vintage, some of them are newer fabrics. And then here's the tassel. You can see the light bulb, the button, the bell, the gingerbread man, the little green button, and then the snowman. There's a snowflake on this one, and then there's bigger beads. Okay. And then this one is 74 pages. This one's 1996. And it's really cute. So if you're documenting, you know, a baby's first Christmas, yeah, it's really cute. Here's the music pocket page, ledger. Here's your goodie pack for this one, and you can see the tags are different in each one as far as the papers. Okay. There's your little mitten, there's your big mitten. This one's a different polka dot. The Christmas card, the paperclip. If I didn't already say that. Did I say that already? Okay. And the package. So this one contains one extra fabric scrap with the same fabric that's on the edge here. And I don't think I showed you. Well, you could see blah, blah, blah. You could see Jingle Bells had the gingham fabric. But this one has, I've used this fabric in the past. I've had it for quite some time. And I just had a few pieces left, and it just reminded me of children because it's, you know, it's like gingerbread house with the gingerbread man and stuff. So there's an extra little piece of that in there, okay? And then I'll just kind of, and each one has sheet music, you know, the front and the back page of really old sheet music. You know, pages from each of those books I was telling you about, or the music I was telling you about. This is the hidden paperclip in this one. And it's signed in the back. Night Before Christmas, this is from another old book. And you can see that this one is a newer, yeah, this is 1996, so you can tell it's newer because it's got that on the back. And I'm trying not to be super fast rushing through these, but I don't want to take 3 hours to do this. And I'm sure that y'all don't want to watch a 3-hour video, or, you know, 2 or 3 hour video, do you? So here's Raggedy Ann and Andy Help Santa Claus. And you can see the tie has the same sort of fabrics. So the pieces, actually the pieces that are in, the extra pieces are the gingham, the green with the star, the wreath. There's a larger piece of this, which is like it's almost cut up in squares like a quilt. Those are some of the pieces of the fabric scraps that are in there. And here is the tassel. Okay. And this one has, let's see, where are you at? There's the little snowman. Here's the little beads. These were a lot of fun to make. And then I think there's 2 snowmen on this one. Yeah. And then no, there's a Christmas tree and a snowman. Okay. So there's vintage wood beads on some of these, and then these bigger beads here are new. I picked them up at Hobby Lobby because I needed some more. So I used a mix of, like I normally do, of vintage things and then, you know, newer things. So this is a 1980. This has the entire story, and it's 76 pages. Now this once belonged to Gus, okay, and that's written in pen, so that's there. And then I thought it was really cool here because it says Merry Christmas 1982, I love you, Mrs. Jones. So anyway, so that's Raggedy Ann. Here is the hidden paperclip in here, in this one. And when I made these, I kept this simple on the back. I just kept that kind of square and glued these little envelopes to it. But I didn't glue it. I left some space up in there on each one, like if it actually comes over that square piece of paper that I made the banner out of. So if you want to take a little piece of the scrap fabric and make like a, you know, I like doing the little triangles and then add like a little piece of fabric up underneath there, you can. I didn't glue this to where you couldn't add to that if you wanted something else added to it. You know, you could write a note on here, you put a label on here, you know, whatever you want to do. I tried not to make it, I tried to keep it to where you could add some more embellishment to that if you wanted. This is a really, really cute story. Love the illustrations in this one. It was illustrated by June Goldsboro. And this is the first Raggedy Ann and Andy book I've ever done. Somebody sent me this. And I apologize, I can't remember who. It may have been Karen. It could have been Renee. I'm terrible, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm horrible at remembrance. Some stuff I remember very vividly, and then other stuff, it's gone. Anyway, this one has the Santa Claus that someone colored in. I used this kind of argyle looking paper in here because it just made me think of, even though they had gingham, I don't know, it makes me think of Raggedy Ann and Andy. So you get the idea. You know, similar stuff between each one. I did, there is, the night before Christmas, there's a page or one signature page from that book in each one of these. And this was a 1965 book that Chastity sent me. Signed it back here, and then this is the back. So you can tell this is, well, it's 1980, but it didn't have the skew on the back, which was interesting. So anyway, here's the little pocket with all your little goodies in it. This one has that red and white polka dot. This the black polka dots with the red on the small mitten, and the this is the tag, the circle tag in here. Okay, and the extra goodies. So that's Raggedy Ann and Andy. And then I have Christmas carols, and I have the Chipmunks Merry Christmas. So now there's a page missing out of this particular book. These are older. You can see this was 25 cents and this was 39 cents. So these are probably the two oldest ones, I think. And this one had a page missing, a page or two missing, I think, and this one is missing a page. So, yeah, just so you know that. And then, well, I'll do that one last. So, this one also was in wasn't in the best of shape. So, this one has been sealed on the front, and you can see down here where they come with that clear plastic over them. And it was starting to peel down here, but when I noticed that, I had already put the book together, so I didn't want to try to peel that off and then have a big mess. So I sealed the front of this. I did not mess with the back. The back was fine. You can tell it's old. It's got some, you know, staining on it. And then I did not like the way, so these two were just a little bit different. I did not like the way the white signature linen thread looked on the outside of this. It was just too stark or something. It was bugging me. So I took a piece of gingham and went over that on the spine. Okay, so it's a little bit different. Now here's the charm. And then it's got a Christmas tree and the snowman and the green light bulb and the vintage beads and, you know, the bell and the gingerbread and the other little vintage button. Okay. And the tie still has 5 signatures, still has all the same type of elements in it. All that good stuff. This one's 1972 and it has 76 pages. And it was illustrated by Corinne Malvern, who's one of my favorite illustrators. And, you know, there's some, you can tell that this book was loved. There's that lovely aging on the book. And then the same types of papers throughout. Love this, love that image. Just love it. The Babar book. This is from a decorating book. It's like an old Southern Living type book, Christmas book. There's a, you know, page or two in each book from that. This was from one of the old books. Oh, what were those books called? Kids' books. Here's your pocket. Bookhouse books. Yeah. And then I had to kind of fold that up and stitch that to get it to fit, because I just didn't want to cut it. I already had to cut it down some, and I didn't want to cut it anymore. Ledger. Here's your extra goodies here, extra goodies here. Flip those a little bit different. Yep, I did. So there's the greeting card for this one, and I know I didn't show the greeting cards in each one. You'll just have to be surprised. Okay. I think that's half the fun of it. The paperclip, you know, the tag, that good stuff. I know y'all didn't want to sit here and listen to me babble for, you know, an hour or so. Here's the hidden paperclip. Uh-oh, I stuck several pages together there. Yeah, these images are really, really cute. And I love this paper right here. Well, I love it all. You know, I did buy a couple of new packs of paper, Christmas scrapbooking paper this year, because I didn't have enough. So now I have more left again to do more stuff next year. Because I don't think I'm going to be making any more. I don't think I'm going to do any more Christmas ones this year. So that's Christmas carols. And then this one's also, I like this one too, the Chipmunks Merry Christmas. This is another Richard Scarry. And then here's the tie. See, same sort of fabrics. And then the charm, the tassel charm. Okay. There's the snowman. There's the other. There's the Christmas tree. Oh, you're in there. There it is. There's the Christmas tree. A little bit different. And, 5 signatures. This is like this fabric Karen did send me, which I really love. This is a large type gingham. Now, this book is from 1959, so this is the oldest one, and you can tell by the inside cover. And then this one has 72 pages, and yeah, it's 1959. Okay, so these pages are a little bit, I mean, they're not super brittle. I mean, they're fine if you touch them. I just wouldn't go bending them. There was a lot of places where there was already tape on them and the book was obviously well loved. And then there's other places where they might have had a little tear or something, and I put Scotch tape on that. So just be aware of that those pages are not quite as sturdy as some of the newer books, you know, if you purchase this journal. And you can tell by the aging of it. See, like it's got little, like on the edges are starting to kind of crack more. There's tape down here and there's some tape here. Hidden paper clip. But, yeah. I'm really, really pleased with how these came out. Like I said, they'll be listed in the shop Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time. That is October the 4th, if you are interested in purchasing, okay? Yeah, they're so cute. This is the, you know, Alvin and Simon and Theodore. Alvin! Oh, really cute. Yeah. And then here is your goodie pack, paperclip, mittens, Christmas card. The vintage Christmas card in here is this one. The holidays are here, so what? I think that's precious. Y'all know how I love that stuff. I almost didn't want to part with that particular card, but yeah. These are super fun. Lots of pages, lots of, you know. Oh, and then this one, I also had to, this is actually the back side of the book. Like it really should have been on the other side. But the inside that was like this was really messed up. So what I did on this one is I painted and sealed this one on the back. I painted this green on the back. So that's another one that's a little bit different. But I wanted to keep, because this is one of my favorite. You know, I love the older golden books, the way they did the covers and stuff. So I just flipped it, okay? I think that's what I did. Or maybe that is, because this doesn't have a raw edge. So maybe that was the actual, or maybe, you know what? I just told y'all a big story. The back on this one was like gone. So I used another golden book and painted it. That's what I did. I started it, you know, I started the covers a while back. So I start with putting the covers, you know, taking the books apart and putting the covers together. And then, you know, I don't know if y'all were like that. And then you forget what you did, you know, a month later. But anyway. So that is the Chipmunks. So yeah, so all of these will be in the shop Monday. And I'll put that in the description box. And I will be back here shortly. Well, I don't know when the video will get loaded. I'm going to do another video here in a few minutes of the other 4 books that I've done. Okay? So thank you guys for stopping by. I hope everybody is doing well. And thank you to all my subscribers and all my supporters, my customers, my artsy friends, and all of you out there and in the crafty world. I appreciate you, and let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.